In the 1930s, Ockford Ridge was built as a new garden settlement, and over the years it's become its own community, and whilst being strongly linked to the town centre of Godalming.
It's a lovely community to live in Ockford Ridge. We all sort of know each other and get to know people, and I just feel really comfortable living up here.
My name's Nicola James and I've lived on Ockford Ridge 17 years. A long time ago, Ockford Ridge was the place where, you don't want to go living there. I remember a friend of mine once said, when we moved up here all those years ago, I spoke to a friend, I said, we're moving on to Ockford Ridge, and she said, she called it Little Beirut. But I didn't get that impression at all. It nerved me, because it was like, what have I committed to? But I didn't get that feel at all, and I never have done. And now, with the regeneration, it's a great place to live.
My name's Steve, and I've lived up on Ockford Ridge, we moved in about 30 years ago. Spent all my life up here, more or less, all my working life. Ockford Ridge is a community, a mixed community these days. When I first moved up here, Ockford Ridge was, 90% workers, builders, all kinds of people.
I mean, I know we had the reputation as being a rough estate, but I mean, it wasn't that bad at all. I mean, I thought we had a good community. We had the King Alfred pub, which was open then, and we've got the Ockford Social Club, which we've still got now.
I went to school at Robborough in Milford, and everybody from Ockford Ridge and Arons Hill got on the same bus to come down to Milford to go to Robborough School. And it was, you used to have fights between Ockford Ridge and Arons Hill kids up on the Pleck and on the sand pits and all the rest of it, stone pits. And it was a ritual really, I think, in those days.
We were all out on the green when we were children, all playing together and all mixing together, but you don't see a lot of that happening now. You see the odd groups, but nothing as big as what it was with us. I mean, my two really best long-term friends, we've all been born in Ockford Ridge and we've all stayed in Ockford Ridge. My name is Alison Simpson. I've lived in Ockford Ridge since 1964, 59 years. When I look back at photos of my house number 28, my house that I was born in, it does look, even then it looks old. It looks old and I was only young.
We had, our bathroom was downstairs, which was the size of a shoe cupboard. Adjacent to that, you had to walk into the kitchen, then go into a single toilet downstairs without a hand basin, back through the kitchen, wash your hands in the small shoe cupboard bathroom, and then clean yourself up, and then back through the kitchen to walk to the lounge. So it was tiny.
We came from a very old house with a toilet outside in Cattershall Road, and we moved into a house with a toilet inside and good heating facilities, with 3-bedroomed house and a big lounge. And good parking. It was very good. Robert James Stratford. I live at Ockford Ridge, Godalming. I moved up to Ockford Ridge from Cattershall Road, Godalming in 1972. My first impressions of Ockford Ridge were very good. I know it was probably starting to, because it was built with Midhurst white bricks, and the brickwork was starting to fade away a bit, and I mean, it wasn't that good, but it was, it was a big jump up for me coming from a house which I did in Cattershall Road.
The 1930s homes were, at the time, fit for purpose, but as time has progressed, they are small and needed significant investment to bring them up to modern day standards.
I'm Louisa Blundell, I'm the Housing Development Manager at Waverley Borough Council.
The consideration of regeneration at Ockford Ridge started way back in 2009 when we were looking at the condition of the property. Originally we were looking to replace windows and doors and improve the efficiency of the properties, and then in 2012 flexibilities were offered to the council to actually be able to invest and improve its stock. Council looked at alternative options for the regeneration at Ockford Ridge.
The lady that was housing officer at the time, she told us that we're going to have a meeting at Ockford Social Club upstairs in the function room to talk about the houses being altered. And when we got there, it was about the houses being demolished. And that caused a lot of trouble. A lot of people were upset and very disappointed in the way it was handled.
We had the news, council people came round, and I thought it was just about the new builds opposite us. And they said to us, and I was thinking that it might just be to ask me a few questions what they thought about the new plans. And then it came as a bit of a shock when they said that they were going to demolish our house. Oh, you can imagine I and my wife, I had a few expletives, quite a few expletives, and I couldn't understand why, after all the hard work and everything that we'd put into the house. So I was pretty much in tears about it all. You know, I'm going to lose all of this.
I'm Sarah Crush, I'm the Social Value Manager at Thacombe, formerly the Resident Liaison Officer for Sites A and B at Ockford Ridge.
When Waverley were procuring build contractors to deliver the new homes up at Ockford Ridge, we were looking for a company with the same values as the council to deliver affordable and sustainable homes.
Thacombe have been building in partnership with Waverley Council for a long time. We started with a scheme in the middle of Godalming Town Centre, and then in 2019 were appointed to build Site A and then subsequently Site B and C.
I walk down to where my old house used to be and look at the new builds that are being finished down there, and I think, yes, you know, that was the right thing to do. It was just, it was worrying that you didn't know what the change was going to bring and things like that, you know, and people that had lived together, we were all going to be separated and moved other places.
In 2013, we considered the existing stock within the ownership of Waverley Borough Council and identified that there were 4 sites that could be regenerated. The decision was made that if the properties weren't included, that we would invest in refurbishing them. We haven't forced anybody to have their home refurbished, but as part of the regeneration of the estate, it's facilitated refurbishment of homes that were occupied, and tenants have now moved into new homes that on the regeneration sites.
I talked to several people that went into a refurb along with me, and we're all really happy. Nick Block, they've done now, this is the second phase of work that they've done up here, and they are fantastic, yeah, they're very good. Nothing's any trouble, you know.
Over the delivery of the 4 phases of refurbishment, the programme has evolved. It's move away from the use of gas boilers to more sustainable renewable technology. There is additional external wall insulation which has had a significant impact on efficiency of the properties.
Yeah, it was really good now, it is. As a community, we all moaned and groaned together, we all praised together, we all done everything, so. I just hope that the new people in where my old house was are going to be as happy as everybody has been in the refurbs. So, you know, I think it needed to come, but it was just the thought of it, it was really harrowing, you know. it came at the wrong time with lockdown, because my house was actually handed over the day that the country went into lockdown.
The pandemic did bring some challenges for us at Waverley, mostly related to how we could support our tenants and residents in moving into their new home safely. From a construction perspective, government set out guidelines on how the sites could and should be operated. So working together with FACEM, who were delivering Site A, we only had one occasion where the site construction had to stop.
We did build through the pandemic, so keeping local residents and our staff safe was clearly a big challenge, particularly at the beginning before we knew much about how COVID was behaving and spreading. And obviously it also brought supply chain issues as well. The pandemic had big ramifications for us, and there were some delays as a result.
People don't like change. I don't like change. So the thought when all those years ago, when it's like, oh, we're going to knock your house down and you've got to move out, you've got to move somewhere else, and then eventually when your new house is built, then you've got to move again. It was quite scary. But the outcome now, the end result, is that everybody's got a really nice house. And I think it's been great for the area. It's been great for the area. You know, bringing in new people. Yeah, I think it's been good.
Show homes are very nice. They were open for all the estate to come and look at them, you know, so people came, children and older people, we all came and looked round, and you know, we thought they were going to be nice, very nice. When I first moved in, the people next door, they moved in the same day as me, and they were from up here. They were children that had been brought up here, so they were friendly straight away, and we soon made a lot of new friends up here.
Moving in day, obviously, as you may well know, it's very stressful anyway. So it was all organised by the council. So what we decided to do, my wife and my youngest boy, they came to the new house. And they we'd already allocated rooms to whoever. So my boy had one room, me and Debs had the other room, and my other boy had the third room. We'd never had 3 bedrooms before, so that was quite exciting.
It's a lot bigger than my old house, and I felt a bit lost in it because it's so big. You know, the kitchen, because the bathroom was taken away and put upstairs, so I had that as part of the kitchen. And yes, now I can't imagine living anywhere else.
My name is James Horn, and I've lived here since May this year. Moving into a new build was a new one for me. The previous houses I've lived in have all been older houses. I've tried my hand at renovation with mixed success, to put it mildly. But moving into a new house was a brand new house was a lovely feeling. It's a feeling that I don't have to do anything other than decorate it and put my own stamp on it. So that was with 2 young children that I live with me. It's one less thing to worry about.
The community at Ockford Ridge is very well established. There were lots of tenants that were decanted and then moved back into the new properties alongside new occupants that hadn't lived here previously. So it was important that we had a programme to engage the whole community in their new development.
So working with our contractors, we've delivered a number of benefits, including working with the Schools Federation and SATRO to provide a mentoring service, to working with Skillway to support young adults in woodworking and metalworking skills. And working with the local school at St Mark's, providing new play equipment.
As far as the upscaling of the area, the school benefited in the way that the school got a brand new trim trail, which is amazing. which is great for the school, great for the children. So we benefited in that way. The school benefited and the children benefited, therefore the community benefited.
There's a lot of pride at the Ridge, and we wanted to reflect that in the quality of the homes that we're delivering and give them as somewhere to live that they could be proud of in the future, and helping to support the community with our benefits programme as well has been something that I think we as a team are all really proud of and have loved delivering.
Most recently, developing a community garden at Ishing Lane Cemetery, which has been a fantastic project. As part of the regeneration at Ockford Ridge, we've been able to strengthen our engagement with the community up at Ockford Ridge, and also our engagement with wider stakeholder groups, which has facilitated not only the ability to deliver new, affordable, sustainable homes, but also enhanced the environment and community up at Ockford Ridge.
It's something you can't really put into words sometimes, but it has a very nice feel to it, a very relaxed feel to it. I have solar panels on the roof, which is a nice environmental feature and helps reduce the bills, which is great in this sort of current cost of living crisis that we're going through at the moment. There seems to be a focus on young families here, which is great.
When we come here, even the downstairs lobby cupboard was bigger than our bedroom. It was just incredible. So we were ecstatic. But what hurt me the most was my garden. I really, oh no, how can I make my garden the same as it was? So we had a blank canvas. So I bit the bullet. So I went down to the old house with a wheelbarrow. It's only a couple of 100 yards away. I dug up every single plant that I planted, brought them all back to this plot that I had. I said, right, I'm going to make it look like my old garden. And I'd done a design, and I dug holes, and I dug borders, and I put every single plant in, and every one worked. It was beautiful. I'm so happy up here. We've got lovely neighbours, and in the wiseness of the council, I think they've managed to sort of decide that to put people together who they know will get on. We didn't know who we were going to have as neighbours, but they're fantastic. It's very friendly up here, very friendly.